read me the tea leaves of why Dak signed his tender this week. Is it out of the blue? I mean, what is the strategy here with July 15th being a long-term contractual deadline for he and the Cowboys?
So as far as I could tell, this was actually the plan all along. And, I think for every franchise player, you want the long-term contract, right? And you want to be able to kind of do whatever you want because you're not actually under contract with the tag. So what a lot of guys do is, you sign it the third week of the preseason, you roll in, you get a little work, and then you just play the season. That's a pretty standard move for, players who are franchised. You lock in your money, you miss training camp, and whatever, that's that. But this year, given the pandemic, there's some uncertainty. So a lot more guys this year wanted to lock in their salaries just in case. And Dak wanted the same, but I think there's been a little bit of an effort to make sure that the Cowboys know he's not going to do a team-friendly deal, and he's not going to be kind of I hate to say this, but like the goody two-shoes that most quarterbacks are. He's going to take a strong business stance, and in this case, that meant staying away for the virtual offseason. So his plan was to sign it right when the virtual offseason ended, and it ended for the Cowboys last week. So he signed it on Monday.
Okay, so then he's now in the fold. I imagine the issue is how the salary cap's affected by COVID-19 in future years, and how cap strung that could leave the Cowboys. Is that what the issue is now, on top of all the back and forth that may have been going on between Dak and the Cowboys, to keep this thing as an open question to this point?
That definitely is a concern. And what the thought process now is that the NFL and the NFLPA will somehow be able to get the cap to be flat next year. There's going to be some lost revenue, could be as much as $40 or $50 million per team. But then you have the new TV deals. There are ways where they can sort of make up the money and finagle it so the cap is flat. So it's an issue, but the parties involved think they will be able to work it out. What's more of an issue in Dak's case is there's been a trend for players now to do shorter-term deals. It's not as sexy to say, like the numbers don't look as big when you do a 3-year deal, but for a player it's much better because you can re-up sooner. So that's what Dak wants, a 4-year deal. The Cowboys have only offered 5 years. And I honestly don't know which side caves. It might be neither side. And if a deal doesn't get done, that's why.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.